What's going on? Vincent Rappisardi, BigBlueUnbiased.com. In this YouTube video, I want to talk about some of the intriguing edge rushing options that the Giants have on their roster. First, I want to start with Oshane Ximines. And if you look at the overall numbers from his rookie season, 4.5 sacks doesn't jump off the page. But you have to look at how many snaps he played. He only played 45% of snaps last year and only 269 snaps as a pass rusher. Aside from just registering 4.5 sacks, he had 12 quarterback pressures and 9 quarterback hits. He also had a missed tackle percentage of 0%. Last season, Marcus Golden had 509 snaps as a pass rusher. If Golden doesn't return and Ximines takes on a similar role, he's projected to have 8.5 sacks, 23 quarterback pressures, and 17 quarterback hits. For reference, 17 quarterback hits would actually be more than what Yannick Ngakoue and Dante Fowler had last year. Also, that 0% missed tackle percentage is really interesting. And not that a 0% missed tackle percentage guarantees that a player is a great run defender, but it certainly shows that they are a strong tackler. And the fact that Ximines is already displaying the trait of being a good tackler, that bodes well for an increased amount of snaps not only as a pass rusher, but as a run defender and a legitimate starter on the Giants defense. The Giants also brought in former Packers edge rusher Fackrell in free agency. If you go back to 2018 when current Giants defensive coordinator Patrick Graham was on the Packers staff, Fackrell had 10.5 sacks that season, 18 quarterback pressures, and 12 quarterback hits. And again, if a player like Fackrell takes on the workload of what Marcus Golden had last season, those 509 pass rushing snaps, he would be projected to have 22 sacks, 25 quarterback hits, and 38 quarterback pressures. Now look, it's obviously not realistic to expect him to have 22 sacks. But last year, Golden had 44 quarterback pressures. So the idea of Fackrell having 38 quarterback pressures if he had a similar workload to Golden from last year, it's not unrealistic. Using Ngakoue as a reference once again, he had 27 quarterback pressures and 15 quarterback hits last year. So it goes to show the kind of value that Fackrell could potentially bring if his snap total increases. The Giants also have Lorenzo Carter on the roster. He played 65% of snaps last year, and you would have to think that he would probably play a similar role in 2020. Last season, he had 4.5 sacks, 13 quarterback hits, and 23 quarterback pressures. Now look, the projections of Fackrell and Ximines are just that. They're just projections. But it goes to show the kind of value that they could bring if their snap totals increase. Last season, Marcus Golden played 83% of snaps. If Ximines, Carter, or Fackrell take on that kind of workload, the advanced metrics will tell you that they bring more value than most people think. But it's also realistic to assume that maybe those players will just play in that 45 to 65% snap range. Maybe that's all the Giants want out of those players. The idea of scheming up a pass rush has already been thrown around. The Giants recently placed the UFA tender on Marcus Golden. So if he does return, the potential playing time for a player like Fackrell or Ximines could take a big hit. In a recent video, I talked about how it seems like Dave Gettleman is building his defense very much like a modern-day baseball team. There's no big-name edge rusher like Jadeveon Clowney or Yannick Ngakoue, but it's a group with legitimate hidden value. So that's all I got. Vincent Rappisardi, BigBlueUnbiased.com. You can follow me on Twitter at Vince Rappisardi. I also have a podcast, the Big Blue Unbiased Podcast, which is on iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, and like everywhere else. If you like this kind of content, give it a thumbs up and make sure to subscribe. Thanks again for watching. Vincent Rappisardi, BigBlueUnbiased.com.